Hi, Mark here. It's Monday, 15th of September, going on 9 a.m. Eastern. That's going on 12 noon GMT. US session well underway. Let's have a look how the US dollar is performing. Starting on the index, and there you see strong sell-off in the US. We've seen that through the Asian and European session, and now going into the US session, a continuation of dollar weakness. I've got resistance at 97.30 and sellers testing support at 96.91. That's below that 97 level. Strong support area. We've seen it tested before, way back in July, and through this month, sellers have been rejected at this support level. Buyers have stepped in. We'll see whether buyers do step in today and bounce up off this support area and look up at resistance at 97.30, or whether sellers can maintain below the 97 and push lower. Let's have a look how the majors are performing, starting on the euro. There you see the green candlestick buying euro, selling US dollar weakness to start testing this resistance level, which has been tested before. I've got support at 117.16. I've got resistance at 117.70. Testing that resistance level right now. Let me zoom in on the hourly. There you see higher highs, higher lows, classic uptrend on the hourly, and buyers looking right now to test that 117.70 resistance. If there is going to be a turnaround from weak US dollar to strong US dollar, that would be selling euro, buying US. It would be off this area, the strong resistance area, and sellers would be looking down at this 117.16 support level. Let's have a look at the pound. Let's get the daily up. And there you see the strong rally, strong green candlestick, support at 135.48. I've got resistance at 136.18. Testing that resistance level right now. Buying pound, selling US dollar weakness. If I zoom in on that hourly, there you can see for the past two going into the third hour now, buyers hanging around that resistance level. Sellers have been unable to turn things around, so buyers will be looking to break this 136.18 resistance. If sellers can turn it around and sell, that would be selling pound, buying US dollar. So from weak US dollar to strong US dollar, target on the downside 135.48. US yen. You can see how this range has become familiar. I've got resistance at 147.69. That's today's resistance. I've got support being tested right now at 147.25. Sellers looking to break below, test and break below the support level, a continuation of dollar weakness. That would be selling US, buying yen. If I go to the hourly, there you can see how it's sitting at this support level right now. Buyers looking to bounce up off this support level. There's a touch of green. That'll be buying US dollars, selling yen, and buyers of US dollar would be looking up at the 147.69 level. But for now, certainly US dollar weakness and support being tested now that the US session is underway. Let's have a look at the US dollar against the Canadian. That's the daily. There's the red candlestick. I've got resistance at 138.46 and support at 138.14. Little bit of a different pattern to the others where dollar weakness was sitting at the respective resistance support levels, whereas here there has been a little bit of a bounce so far. That's from selling US dollar, buying Canadian. US buyers have stepped in at the support level. There's the wickets left behind. Let's have a look at the shorter time frame at the hourly. There you see the bounce off support. Hasn't made much headway since then, US buyers, so it's still sitting in this area around 138.23 for now. Sellers will look down at the support 138.14 and look to get below that into the 138 level. US dollar buyers looking to maintain or add to the push up we saw in the last hour, and we'll be looking up at resistance at 138.46. So weak US dollar to start across the board. We'll see if that does continue through the US session or whether there can be a turnaround and US dollar buyers can step in, try and recoup some of those losses. We've got resistance, support levels to work with. Good trading, and I'll see you at the end of day session.